Tiffany, you said something about people started to elevate. Close that gap. I always elevated. I always been a boss. But the racism that comes in the community, the racism, I've been working at 14, 15 years old. So when you're being in a racial job environment, Tiff, and you have to understand that like I always been a boss. I always been above and always won. Before as going to the highest level, making money and doing all of that, but the racism that comes with the black and white businesses that plays. So I want to let Tiff know that Tiff today's with Tiffany, right? You got my cousin name. I want to let you know I live up in a racial environment. I Walmart is racist. And the money and the learning always been my part working at 14 and 15 years old. But the racism that comes with it, that can be the biggest problem with that situation. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. Tiff, I'm gonna wait till I get on here. And I'm gonna wait, give me like 5 minutes right fast till I get on here. Tiff, um, I have always been up top when I was in Carrollton, Texas. But I used to have like middle school people and high school people that went to Creekview, and people that went to Creekview, they always wanted me to see me with a higher position. Like old friends and everybody always wanted to see me. This is for Tiffany. And I'm gonna get you back. We talking about people always see you under them. I have always been up top, but it had like kids from that Creekview that used to chill at my apartment, and other people I know from the apartment and things that wanted to see me be a boss, and racism from black and white wasn't letting that happen. I always been high. My family always saw me high. I have always stuck up for myself. And but racism of black people, when people in the manager position, they are using. We're not getting treated racism. You got domination, you got racism in the business, and black can play it. You live in that environment. I always been a winner, but how can I understand where racism at? And I always been a winner. I've been working at 14 and 15 years old, Tiffany. I had a job. I'm going to third. I'm going to thrift stores. I'm working. I'm keeping money in my pocket. That is, I have never lost. But let me tell you, it's the society problem. It's the way the community acts and the way the businesses act. And I wanted Tiffany to understand something. If if the people that I used to, the high school kids that used to chill at my house, comes at the Walmart I work at. I have a man at Walmart. He's a cashier. He got a mustache. He said every time I used to work, you gonna get your change. But my own black people and the white man was stopping me, teaming up with racism. And we have to understand that. I'm looking at different kids in autism, and I understand how different that I am is. But the difference, we should not be put in a hole where we put in a situation where racism at, and where black people are treated and they mad. And I back in the day, Tiffany, today with Tiffany, and I want on there. I want to know. Back in the day, black people, white people used to run. Now our black people when us out of here, able out of neighborhoods. White people used to run us not out of neighborhood, not black people. Well, hatred. But they're also trying to lie and discriminate on jobs. And I have to go through it because And Senator Ted making me go through a lot. And all of these racist people in this community, and Governor and Trump, because they know what's going on. But they choose to follow and listen to their community. They choose to have the voice of him, of them, but they choose not to have the voice of God, Tiffany. You got the same name of a family member. And they choose not to have the voice of God. They're willing to put them first before us. They're willing to listen to them first before us. And that's what's going on with Senator Ted and them and Trump. They don't care. But they're willing to listen to them first in their communities. I had to follow civil. I've always sticked up for myself. I have always played the game. My teacher taught me how to go on. Miss Chastity, we go to Fort Worth schools and New Miss Smith, we're going to the mall. She would tell us, hold up, I need you, all right, you and your parents going to give you some money. Me, Sarah, Dolores, all us in New Miss Smith High School, our mama gave us $100. We go to the mall in Fort Worth and we have to count it. We have to talk to the lady. Miss Chastity, Miss Lynn, we have to, this is what our teachers are making us doing when we get in this school. When we go to the mall and shop and we do any of that, we have to talk. And we go into a job site and teach, no, we got to say, shake their hand. We got to be active. That's the thing of being at 14, 15-year-old, being at New Miss Smith. I had to step in. I had no other choice. Of the setting I was in. So we go on field trip. We just not going to have fun. It's a learning experience. I go buy a Lil Wayne CD every time we go to the CD shop. My 500 Degrees CD is a learning experience. My family always see me out, but the racism, the black women choosing. And I have to keep going. I've been in and out of relationships. And I have to understand what those things was about. I used to be in New Miss Smith. Miss Chastity told me one time, he said, Hubert, Dolores used to like you before she started hearing all those things about you. But if she start care about women, how can we actually make those things? And I remember her telling me that. Like literally at New Miss Smith High School. But if you go off of what people hear, how can you strengthen that bond? You can't go off of what everybody hears. I mean, when I got I'm going to tell you something, my evaluation, I had evaluation was done. And the evaluation said I'm more good at my hands. But they asked me, I didn't really care about it. I never go off that. And it said I'm more good at my hands, right? And then it says, we talked about what goes on. And they said, I can't control. And they asked me, do you believe you're supposed to be in a relationship? Yeah, because they always wanted to live in the moment. I wanted to plan in the moment. See, Dolores and the rest of them, they want to live in the moment. I wanted to plan in the moment. I was in third. These things, I always had or where I wanted to go. My teacher took me to job court 3 times. And I have to know that's a reason when Miss Chastity and Miss Lynn get off their off time. And Miss Chastity got a husband, and she let her husband know, I'm going to take Hubert to go to job court. We went straight there, and they denied us. I have to know a reason why my teachers and them believed in me, and Texas gave up on me and been racist and unfair, and they want to complain. And I'm going through a lot of bull crap with Trump. And Joe Biden that want to side with Governor Abbott want to side with his community. You know what me and this lady talked about when I was off the clock at 299? I didn't work there. Ms. Linda, that Governor Abbott don't invest in disability. Brookhaven colleges, none of these colleges don't invest in it. They complain about tax dollars, but they put into their kids and what they want to put into. And this state up there got the nerves to complain. But we're talking about, I have always been high at 14 and 15 years old. That ain't changing. I have always kept my mind together. That ain't the problem. But let me tell you, with the Social Security, that they think they can neglect and abuse with the jobs. But I got something coming to them. They will not neglect and abuse me like these racist ass black businesses and white business doing. They will not do that. They will not treat me like Walmart and Texas business treat me. You will respect me when I walk in your Social Security building. You will not treat me like others. You will not treat me like these Walmart and these black people are doing and these businesses. And I'm putting my foot down on Social Security workers. They the one that's participating in it. And Trump told me everything I needed to do. You know what I did? I filed the civil rights on the legislature that voted for Trump behind tax dollars. We should start sanctuary businesses. Our government for that are sanctuary every American business. Every year they're being sanctuary. They want to play like that? Let's start sanctuary businesses in America against disability. They want to play like that? Let's play it. And these black and white want to team up together? Let's play it like that. But people want to attack you because you're the truth. And you what you stand for. But Trump took this too far when he wanted to win an election. And look at the bullshit of the complaints when they have so much of their advantage. And they take their gifts for granted. When they have so much of the advantage, Trump, and I want Trump to know in your community, the people that vote for you, the regular, they got so much of the advantage over disability. And you complain about it. God say, when you play with your gifts, I'm going to give it to someone else. Someone else that cries out 1,000,000 times. At 5 or 6 years old, I used to wonder, God, why I'm like this at 5 or 6? I used to think like that. That's why I asked my son, what you thinking? Because when I was in his mind, I wanted to think, can I find meaning? At 5 or 6 years old, I had that in my mind at 5 or 6 or 7. Why I'm so different from others. I had to know when I'm 5. I was thinking that at 5 or 6 years old, 7 or 8. I was thinking of those things, why I'm so different. I asked God these questions when I was a kid. What is my purpose? I asked these things at 5 or 6 or 7 years old. These are the questions that I asked God every time I went to Sunday school church. Every time I went to church in New Orleans, in Marrero. This is the question that I ask God every time. Why I'm different. But they complain. They complain. And they have so much, they take their gift for granted. They don't want to do things the way they want to do. And they complain. They got the nerves. The society got the nerves to complain about it. God don't respect that. God don't respect that. People didn't know I didn't start talking. I was 10 years old. I had to go through a lot of speech therapy. I remember Demir and them used to laugh. They used to say, "You perm." They used to get on to me. Demir and everybody used to get on to me. When we used to hang together and have a good time, they said, "Hubert, you pronounce it perm." And Carol to tell me, my man Demir used to hang out. You pronounce it perm. I had a lot of, I didn't start talking until I was 10 years old. I had to go through a lot of speech therapy, even when I was in New Orleans. Okay? But they got so much of the advantage. And they complain about it. Society. where they can't work their mind. They complaining when they got so much of an advantage over disability. And they taking it for granted. The regular community is taking it for granted. And God said, I will lift somebody up to show them when you take your gift for granted, what can we do? I'm going to lift them up. Because they cry out to me a million times. They cry out to me. I hear them crying out to me. I hear them crying out to me. God said, I hear the souls. I hear the people that wonder who they are. But I've always been something. I've been working. I had every Big Lots always played the part of. See, Renee lied. Because after 4 years after I left Walmart, and before I left the side of Addison in Texas, the lady asked me, I thought you was going to come back after high school. Renee is a liar. I worked in the furniture department. Oh, he didn't do that when the stockers wanted me. They wanted me to go, everybody wanted me to come and stock and work them. And Renee raised his stuff where Russell had an opinion. The stockers wanted me to act, and every time Russell and Renee got a racist attitude. But let me tell you, I know what Big Lots taught me and Edward and them taught me in that furniture place. At 15 and 13, I'm not going to worry about a racist white person and a Mexican with a black person. Tiff, let me tell you what 1216 did. When I worked for them in Carrollton, Russell put me in the office with Renee. And a black woman and a black tomboy say, fuck New Orleans. You dummy, you retarded, and I don't like niggas. And Russell got the nerve of when they got their own opinion. But the community want to cry. We can walk away and we can walk away with so much. We can deal with so much. But when Governor Abbott and Trump take up for their damn community, and they got the right to complain, they don't have that right. 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 God said they don't have that right to complain. They don't have that right to talk about where their tax dollars at and they being racist. When they not sticking by the rules. They don't have that right. They don't have the right to put in the input. Kids that went to Hubert, my manager, when the cashier, he always tell me, Hubert, you're gonna get your spot, but Charles raced his ass. A black person always think they behind people. I'm tired of it at the end of the day. I'm tired of it. I get tired of taking a value for. I didn't even want to go back to Walmart, Tiff. When they did that shit the third time, that my mama, the Ticket to Work program told me not to go back for a Ticket to Work program, and they told the guy they can't do it. But the slick, dirty, racist motherfuckers called my mama, and my mom go see it, and then they put me in a room and been more racist. And Russell and Charles gonna walk away from me. You talk about, man, they got some white and black and they teaming up together. Give me all of me. I want all of me. And then, let me tell you, Tiff, they mad because Trump and Joe Biden stepped in. Doug McMillan and corporate office didn't want to hear nothing I had to say. Or we don't need your help. But when Joe Biden and Trump step in, they want to play nice. They want to act all nice. That's a damn hypocrite. And then they stole my ideas and they want to play nice. When Joe Biden and them step in. They want to play all nice. They want to play all nice. When Joe Biden step in. That's a hypocrite, man. That's a hypocrite. Walmart is being a hypocrite. They being a hypocrite. Dilma Miller want to lie. And when I make a big impact on the communities, they want to tell me they feel some type of way, right? When they take you for granted. Or I don't need your help and hung up and have a fit, right? And lied on me and said, I want to know where the tape at, racism. I want to know where the tape at when you're a black employee. He can't even know where the tape at. Now that's where the tape at. I did with Washington Attorney General, message the Justice Department. Where the tape at? But you stand for your black and white. You care about them more as an employee. You know what I told Dilma Miller and the Justice Department and the FBI? Because I wanted those footage. You know what I told them? They're scared of change. They scared of change. They faking their love for us and they scared of change, right? I always been somebody. I went to New Mississippi. Baby, I always know what I wanted. But the black businesses and the black colleges and Job Corps took us for granted. And they think, you know what my brother said on the train to me? I was coming to see my son in Louisville in 2019. He said, brother, they're going to keep underestimating you. That's all they built. But these women too, jealousy. You know, I had to go in 2011 about my dad. And my dad got on to me. He got 12 kids. He got on to me about having kids. The thing is with that, I got to wait on the right woman. I have one kid. But if a woman going to be a father, that's a threat. That's a threat. If a woman going to be a father, that's a threat. Right? So I don't want to be with all that nonsense at the end of the day. If a woman going to be a father, that's a threat. You can't allow a woman to be a father and she... Nah, and I told them no. Now Walmart. Now they want to kiss ass and suck up. Now they want to suck up. They want to suck up now and play nice. When they didn't want to hear nothing I had to say. When I sue their ass, now they want to play nice. Baby, I've been doing this for 14. But racism think they can just do what they want. Black and white at the business think they can do what they want to do. If they want to cut me off, they'll be still thinking. And Miss Gleason when to cut me off, the little fuckers would be still thinking. Racism would be still thinking. They would still be thinking they got control. And Miss Lee wouldn't have did what they did. These racist people these black people that got their own problems. And that nigga mad because how I feel? How black people treated me? But a woman want to go, you know what this woman said at Walmart in Addison? I date a criminal. All right, you date a criminal while I find me a queen. While I find me somebody that understands. While you black ass women, you date a criminal, do what you did. And these Walmart employees in Addison, and they want to talk about it. Bitch, you get news. Tiff, I'm dealing with Tiffany. I'm dealing with people like that. I'm dealing with people like that. I'm dealing with them like that. But people are going to try to come and work violence against you because they know they know the truth. And that's the biggest threat. The same thing happened in 2019. Same thing that happened in 2019. It's happening. It happened. But I gotta put up with racism. I gotta put up with a black man. that got his own opinion on what we should do and how we should grow and learn. That's not right. No black man should determine the outcome and how another man should learn and work at a job. That's not their say. That's not their input. And that's how I feel, Tiff. That's how I feel about the situation. That's how I feel about the situation, Tiff. But you telling me you willing to be a follower. I had to deal with it. I've been on my stuff. That ain't nothing. A person can't say nothing about me. I go in Carrollton, Texas, and Booster. I go to Carrollton, Texas. I got a 9 to. I'm working and going to school and staying there and selling a week for time. But I didn't have to do it. My friends didn't want to work. Sabina cousin didn't want to work. Sabina friends wasn't on the same level that I am. I didn't have to do none of it. These two are the same. I didn't have to do none of it. They needed the money. I was always good. They needed it more than anything. Sure, I didn't need it. When you cashing checks every Friday, I had to argue with a man in Baltimore. But they want to nerve to complain in their community, and they don't want to change in their business, and the mayor got the balls to do that. The balls where they got racism at. You got the balls to do it. The balls to do it. The balls to sit up there with them racist people. You ain't forgot, you're a hypocrite. But I gotta thank you though. Because if you didn't do it, you wouldn't have did that. You would have caught the enemy yellow breezing them. Oh, I gotta be thankful for that, right? You want to cut stupidity out of Dallas, Texas. But they know. They know and they participate in it. Black people in Social Security and they work and they participate. You know this black man when I was getting treated bad and I was getting treated bad at my local office in Dallas, I caught him at the corner of my eye. I told Joe Biden to look at that. And the guy gonna say, damn, with his racist ass. And he gonna talk about he the police. Take that fake ass badge off. I told him, huh? And I told him, why you don't want me to record you, right? He gonna talk about you doing something you got no damn business doing. Hey, they don't like it if we gonna start recording their ass. Hey, they don't like it if I go to my office and have my phone on and start recording their ass. They're not gonna like it. Let me tell you, I gave Joe Biden a bet and the senators. I said, Joe Biden and the Justice Department, I want one of the senators to dress up like undercover bosses. You know, when I worked at corporate office, they always saying something. And when I worked at Walmart, Tip, everybody got scared when corporate office comes. Like, everybody gets scared. We got to straighten up. I say, who they are? I'm like, I'm going to work like I've been working. If you doing what you supposed to do, why you should be scared and hurry up and work? I'm going to work at a normal pace. Corporate office coming. Corporate office coming. I'm like, hold up. Everybody want to straighten up at 2996, 1216. They rushing. Hold up. You ain't about to rush me. I'm getting the job done, but you ain't about to rush me. Hey, and it was right there. I hope they see me working or doing something. I was doing something because I don't just sit around. They saw me. Walmart corporate office. They came in there. Even if I'm talking to customers, what I'm doing? I'm trying to figure out something. I'm thinking about something. Everybody want to be in a panic. I say, look, you're not out to rush me, man. I don't care if they right here in front of me. I'm gonna say, "Hey, how you doing today?" They had a chance to come and talk to me, but they smile at me. And I told the Justice Department, "Look at the camera." They had a chance to talk to me, and they got their text on. You really think I don't know who you are? They really don't think they were standing right in front of me while I was on the clock and smiled at me. I've been doing this since 14, 15 years old, Tiff. I know where I wanted to go, but they took us for granted. My teachers always believed that me in Newman Smith High School. Even Miss Gogate tried to take me when I went to another school. I had 4 more years left. I graduated in 2010. 2009 is not happening. Even those believed in me. But we had to get the concept of what we're trying to do. We had to get the concept of where we're trying to go and what we're trying to do. And what we're trying to do and where we're trying to go, Tiffany. And they don't understand us. They don't understand us. But a woman thirsty, a woman that's thirsty for money and a come up. I don't want to be bothered with that, Tiff. I don't want to be bothered with that. But you telling me you rather be a follower than follow your own heart and your mind and what you want to follow. But you rather follow. You listen to what men say. Don't follow, don't think what your heart think. You listen to them the most. Right? Right? That's the thing with that. They listen to them the most, right? Now I'm putting some all season. Now I can fry my burgers or put them in the oven. I decide to put my burgers in the oven and have the thing, but I like a little all season on my burgers. If I'm gonna put the in the oven, I like a little all season, but I can cook it and fry it. The one thing, my son was here and I had his mom on the phone because she got a boyfriend and everything. And I tell her, and he said, "You cook? I'm cooking for your son." And she said, "I cooked for mommy too when we was together." I said, "Look, my eggs are good. He mustn't been used to having eggs, but he loved the pancakes and the bacon and the rest of those things. He loved those things." Sorry about that, guys. He loved those things. So yeah, those things were very loved back in the day. Are those situations? But I've been a certain type. But racist business and black people in Walmart wanted to get me where I'm at. And I don't want to deal with that. They have people that think they can take advantage of. I had to deal with a whole baby, I've been up, Tiff. I've been doing this. But Boosie and them trying to trick the public and act like the kids, and Boosie trying to trick the kids and act like they don't put they don't want a 9 to 5, but they got to learn how to put their money into the places they want to put it at. So they got to realize nothing wrong working a 9 to 5, being a 14, but you need to know how to put your money where you need to put it at. And that's something you need to understand.